So it is a summer day here at our McGinnis place.
Obstacles, water games, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff, all that good stuff.
Trampoline.
So, if you've been following us, you have seen us. We just got rid of a swarm. At least we thought we got rid of a swarm of bees.
But we don't shy away from adventure, so what are we doing?
We have decided to become beekeepers.
We're gonna keep these bees that came to visit, and they're gonna be staying here, but the little catch is we have to have a box built for them within about 24 hours, or the concern is that they might leave.
So,
who's building this box?
I'm gonna be building a beehive. I've been researching all night, designs, plans, everything, and now it's time.
Discussing with the beekeeper.
Discussing with the beekeeper, making sure everything, what to do, what not to do, things you need to do. So, come along as I build a beehive and we become beekeepers.
This might smell like grape popsicle back here.
That smells good. And we got little ones on the trampoline.
Well, we're gonna bounce. I'm gonna go bounce.
You're gonna bounce, I'm gonna build. Let's do it. So, like Mama said, they are going to bounce as I start to build. Luckily, we collect extra lumber and things that we, may have gotten rid of. I look at some pieces and it's just, you hold on to a few things, and since we have a garage, we have a space for it, so. I'll show you exactly what we're working with. So, these are the pieces of wood that we're gonna use. They're a little thicker than what you normally would have for, a beehive that you buy, but it's what we have, and they already come with the lips already created. This used to be actually a bed frame that we used to have for our kids, and they don't use it anymore. So I've got this for our sides. The thing is, a hive needs to be 9 5/8 long. This is 9 1/4. So I've got some extra piece of wood that I'm actually going to put down at the bottom and kind of flare it out a little bit, make it a little decorative, and I think it's going to look really nice. So to give you an update on how the box is going, I've made, first off, the garage a mess. But second, look at that. So what I have right now is 2 deep boxes, and this little lip is attached to the top one. I think it looks really nice. I think it's coming along nicely, and hopefully by tonight we will have a new home for our rehomed homeless bees. Our freebie homeless bees. All right.
Hello.
All right. So it is the next day. This I thought was going to be an easy, quick, one-day project, but obviously it always takes longer whenever you have that feeling. So I wanted to walk you around and introduce you to our beehive before it's painted, because we still do need to paint it.
Show us what you got going on.
So we do have the lid. I left a little extra room in here, just so bees can get in and out. And then on top of this lid, it's just made with plywood and then 1x all the way around. On the inside, you have something that's called an inner cover. I still need to cut, there's supposed to be a hole in the middle, and then also a notch up here for ventilation. So I still need to do that, but other than that, I've got the 2 deep beehives. I put handles on both sides, and then also have the bottom, you have the bottom box, or not the bottom box, but the bottom board, where you kind of put it up.
Which one's that?
This one's the bottom board, and you have these 2 sides that kind of lift it up off the ground. So bees, this is kind of their entrance right here. And so I do need to make something that's called a reducer that kind of shortens that little area up, but honestly you can stick a couple pieces of wood, drill a couple holes in, and that's not the big deal. And I'm actually really excited how this turned out.
Me too.
Oh, and I've got to put metal on the top of the
yeah, we're gonna just buy it. He gave us some of the inserts. What are they called?
So we got the frames already. So he's going to give us the frames that the bees have been living in right now,
get him new ones.
and the queen has lived in and been laying eggs in. And so once we get this painted, and he's busy this morning, but Neon Leon is coming back to help us move these bees. So stay tuned for that.
No Chevy at all.
Well, don't mind the hat. Very useful. Not very fashionable, but very useful.
I think you're fashionable.
Wifey thinks I'm fashionable. That's all that matters. So, a little green tint. So, what we have is I've got the boxes painted. This nice little, I don't know if it shows up very well, but it's like a really light, creamy gray, if that makes any sense. Basically, it was whatever exterior paint we had. So it was either this or yellow. I've got the area mode where we were gonna put them, but I've got to put fabric paper down and also get kind of a border around them. I think we're gonna do kind of just like old logs. We've had a couple trees that have fallen down and we've kind of, you know, cut up, and so I think we're gonna use that. I think it's gonna look really nice. Just kind of nice and in with the environment. So we have the one and only Neon Leon. Neon Leon, back in action.
Neon Leon. All right, so
Let's take a look at the box real quick.
yeah, so okay, so you got her all painted up. So right now you got it facing west, so we're gonna go facing the south. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll take off this box. Did you make these yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you try framing them? So what I did was, tell you what, I brought a gift for you.
Ooh.
Put these in the back.
All right.
And so the idea is you have enough slope so that when it rains, the water doesn't go in, but it goes out, okay?
Gotcha.
So we're gonna square that up good. Okay, the bottom's ready to go. We're ready for frames now.
Yep.
So what this is 50% water, 50% sugar. So I'll do the first one and then you get to do the rest of them, okay? So I'm basically gonna take this and squirt with the frames. They like sugar water, okay?
All right.
They'll take the carbohydrates and the sugar and begin to build honeycomb. And we're gonna put it right like that, okay?
All right.
You get to do, so let's go ahead and fill it up. If you did it right, it holds 9 or 10, right? Bees like to work their way up, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna put the majority of the colony in the bottom box. And maybe if there's a frame of brood, if we can find that the queen's laying, that are capped, we'll put those in the top box just to draw them up, okay?
Okay.
But for the majority of it, the bees are going to go in the bottom box because they will naturally work their way up. So you put this by hand. Nice job.
It took me a lot longer than I thought.
you hustled on this, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that paint didn't take too long to dry today.
I'll bet it didn't. I'll bet it didn't dry it long at all. No. I've seen these so many different colors in the world. Everybody says, "Oh, they got to be white." No, they don't. If you don't paint the tree white when the bees move in the oak tree that died 5 years ago, no one was ever painted. They say if you want to increase production of honeycomb and things, to put the empty frames in the middle, and they'll say, "Hey, there's a void here. We should fill this, right?" You know. The queen says, "Start building me more honeycomb, so I can lay some more babies." See.
Okay.
So that's why we're going to put the bees on the outside.
So when you have a hive that's not doing so well, put the
Put the full stuff, blue ones in the middle, or if you see a colony, like if this was not doing well and you see that there's some brood on the outside or on the inside, move the brood to the outside and make her fill the inside. Right? Yeah.
Okay. I really nailed
You
the
haven't
middle
given
one.
a name yet. I give all my bees have names. Okay.
You know what?
You're gonna have to think. You're gonna have to think about
I'm gonna
that.
have to think about that, or you're just gonna have to like come graffiti it.
Okay. Queen Neon. Whatever you want.
Just have to clarify, he was impressed with my box, yo. He was impressed with my box.
You were good. You did a good job in the box. Absolutely. These are the frame pullers. So we're gonna put the new box over here. We're gonna grab the frames, or you're gonna grab the frames, okay? And you're gonna put the frames. Looks like maybe a couple here and a couple there. We may throw one in there. We'll see when we get here.
All right.
How they're doing. I'm very curious to see. I gave them 2 brood frames for my colonies, and the other 3 were completely empty. So when we pull them out, I want you to notice how much honeycomb is built on those guys. It's only been 3 days. We're going to see how aggressive these girls are in building honeycomb. But now we're going to suit up. tried to pick the box up recently or no?
No, I have not gone around it because I
Carry by yourself,
haven't
or-
had the. I can carry it by myself.
Okay, then I'll carry your camera.
You gonna film, Leon?
I'll film. Since you're
Look at
here,
you.
I'll let you carry him.
All right, look at you.
Here's Trevor. Moving the bee box.
Moving the bee box.
Okay.
Abby thinks I'm crazy.
Trevor?
Leon?
You don't have your bees. They took off.
This close. Oh, they were there just like 2 hours ago.
These are just leftover stragglers, or they were born from the ones that I brought over. I was afraid of this. I really was. See what's going on? The ants are moving in, and these are bees just robbing out. That's what they do, or they were born from the frames that I brought over. I will say there should have been a lot more bees here when you were carrying it over here. It didn't feel heavy at all, did it?
No.
I hate to tell you this, but your colony left you. They didn't have enough space. They found another spot.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, these were the two ones that I brought over, remember?
Yep.
There's some more brood. The bees you see here were probably born from these here. Okay.
All right.
Oh, see the several white ones there?
Yeah.
Look inside the cells. You see the little white things?
Yeah, I do.
I'm putting it in the sun so you can see it there.
Yeah.
It's possible, okay? There's no queen here. It's possible these girls are smart enough to recognize there's no queen, and they'll make their own. You follow me?
Gotcha.
Now, what I would do then is we're going to go ahead and transfer these bees over here. And since there's only 2 here, we'll put them in there. And then we'll go ahead. There's some honeycomb already built here. The key about beekeeping is managing space, okay? What happened was, I think, was the queen or the colony saw that. What's this? We're going to bounce those girls in there. What we wanted to do was do that with several thousand bees, but they obviously took off on us. So what we're going to do is, we're not going to need that box there. Here's your inner liner and your top, okay? And what I'd recommend doing is putting a feeder out here to feed them, okay?
Okay.
And we're not going to need that box there right now. Oh, Trevor. Well, guess what? Welcome to beekeeping.
I'm a beekeeper.
Welcome to, you got bees. We're just going to hopefully produce
lost 10,000 bees.
a larger swarm. Yes. Easy come, easy go.
Right.
Is that what they say? I'm a little disappointed. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah.
You had 5,000 to 10,000 bees there, and the box was so small. If I'd had that size box to put them in the first time, they'd probably been okay. But tell you what, this is the nature of beekeeping. You don't always, you do the best you can to take care of them, and they decide to leave. Okay. Questions? I don't know what else to do for you.
No.
At this point.
I guess
Except we need to
you can go
maybe
fishing.
walk away. I can go fishing now. Let me drive over there and get away from the bees
All
so we
right.
can take our suits off. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Well, you heard it from Neon Leon. We may have lost our 10,000 bees. Not surprised. They needed a bigger home, and that little box wasn't going to cut it. So, we'll see what happens next. We'll see you next time here on Armageddon's Place.